how to make a imitation wood effect on virtually anything. You can do this on furniture, drywall, any surface that you have that is flat. Today we're doing drywall. And what I've done is I took this drywall and primed it first, and then I painted it in a satin in like a yellow color. Now, depending on what style of wood, what type of grain or species you're doing, you might want to have a more peach or a different base coat color, but yellow seems to work well for most of them. And for the top coat, I'm using Valspar Tintable Glaze, and I have that tinted to Mark Twain House Park, just to a brown color, okay? So this is very easy to do. One very important thing is normally when you do your cabinets or anything, you're going to have grain going in different directions. So I'm pretending that this is real lumber in a panel. And what I've done is taped off. You want to make sure you tape off so that you don't go in to the other direction, or it really makes it look fake. So you want to tape off your directions and go with the grain. So the first thing we're going to do is roll on the glaze after the base coat yellow has dried. Okay. And do you like my tray?
Yes.
These come in handy, you know. So you just kind of get the glaze on there. You want to go in the direction of the grain. Just get that rolled on there. So we're just basically piling this glaze on here first. You want to make sure you get every spot. Once you have every spot, then you want to smooth it out a little bit. Get some consistency to it. In this case, that's what I'm doing, but in other cases, you want it to be heavier in some spots and not in others. But for the purpose of using this technique, we're going to get it consistent. That's pretty good. The technique we're doing today is called graining. So this is the simplest way to make imitation wood. You take this graining tool, which you can get at any home improvement store such as Lowe's, and it has different features on it. And what we're going to use is this that makes the heart of the grain right here. Okay. Now normally when I'm doing this, a big project, I'll start from the center and work out. And keep in mind that I'm pretending that this is real wood here, real lumber, and just a panel. So I'm going to do them as separate. So I'm going to start here and just basically drag it across.
That's so cool.
Just drag it and rock it. And if you get excess on here, you're going to want to wipe it off. So I usually have a brush that I can just pull that glaze out of there. Just follow along. Just keep going. Try to vary the spots where you make the knots in the grain.
That's so cool. Oh no.
Okay. Now, I'm treating these separately, so I'm going to go up here and do this one. Try to start off the edge as much as possible. You can see the effect already, right? It's just that simple. Just to drag it across. Now, the next thing I like to do is the step that I think makes it look a little more real, and that's called flogging. So you take a dragging brush, and it's made out of horsehair, so it whips really nicely. You kind of hold it like you would hold a drumstick, and if you turn on music, it helps, and you just beat across. So again, I'm going to start right in the center and just flog this. And it may look like I'm kind of ruining what I just did, but it's really making it look a little more real. And then I want to slap that excess off and spin it, because I don't want to add more to it. I kind of want to remove and push in. And you just do that across the entire board. You can overlap a little bit. So you see the difference between this and this. It's really huge, so you don't want to skip this step. I have done this using paint on a piece of furniture that had recessive areas and everything. So what I did was, I was just trying to restore my grandmother's antique cabinet. I did this on the panels in a green color, and I just used the solid green paint for the legs and everything. So you can do this in any way, shape, or form. You can do this on anything, just be creative. If you want to save a piece of furniture and it's just too far gone to stain, so then what I would do is let this dry, take the tape off of here, put the tape on here, and then do the same thing in this direction. Put the glaze on, and do that, okay? So when we're done with this, when you do that other section there,
Jim's a great assistant.